Hey everybody, it's Prince's Friend, and I am back with the last review for this week. Really excited to have gotten 5 reviews in 5 days this week, and I hope that everybody is really enjoying the reviews that we're doing. I'm going to try something slightly different next week. I'll put a different video up to kind of discuss what I'm doing next week, and I think everybody's going to be excited about it as well. Also, if anybody is wondering why I do so many videos in this shirt specifically, I guess this is going to be like a free plug, but it's my MailChimp shirt. I actually won it in a raffle a while ago, an online raffle from MailChimp.com. They do newsletters and stuff. I used to use that site quite a bit, but it is so comfy. It's one of my comfiest shirts, so when I'm like working on a script and I'm like here at my desk, it just so happens that I end up wearing this shirt a lot. So you probably see a bunch more videos with this shirt because, you know, I kind of just do the videos with whatever shirt I happen to be wearing at the time. Maybe I should get like a wardrobe or something, I don't know. So the review for the day is Morris Day's first solo EP called Color of Success. It was released in 1995, a year after the split of the Time. That didn't stop Morris Day from taking the Time sound and attempting to duplicate it. Now, of course, the Time sound was really something that Prince and Morris Day collaborated together to create. So whether he was successful in duplicating the sound and everything, I think that's another question entirely, and I think that's up to the listener. I would say that I can tell that the loss of not just, you know, the collaboration with Prince, but also with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and the other members of the Time, I can definitely tell that this album is slightly lacking in the energy that the previous Time experiences have had, both on record and live. The album was produced, arranged, and composed by Day, and he also played the drums and keyboards throughout the album, and you'll notice that a lot of the album is drums, keyboards, and his voice, with sprinklings of some guitar, some bass, and some backing vocals. I kind of like the stripped down music of this album. It kind of gives Morris a chance to really have his voice shine, and it does on a few of the tracks. On others, not so much, sadly. Now, despite my personal opinion on this, and we're going to go into the tracks here in a second, it did get to number 37 on the US Billboard 200 and number 7 on the Billboard Hot Black albums. So definitely people were digging it. I mean, it wouldn't get those high numbers. I remember some of the Sign of the Time tracks didn't reach those numbers there, so that's really awesome on his part. So let's go ahead and get into the tracks. That's the color of success. I played away, oh I late to win. There's no other color of success. I played away, oh I free as a bird. It's time to spread the word. So this is a fun jam to start the album off on. It's got a really cool bass line that goes which I think is actually pretty cool. I don't know if it even sounds like it's a real bass or if that's maybe programmed in with computers, because that was kind of all the rage in the 80s, but I like that bass line quite a bit. The song is all about Morris actually striking out on his own. It even includes some news blurbs in the song that pretty much just say that. I dig this, and it's one of those my prerogatives, I do what I want, and you can't say anything about it kind of songs, and it's obviously pointed at Prince, who had an issue with control over the Time. The keyboards are pretty much on point, and Morris's vocals are good on this track. I think it's a really good start to the album. It even has a cool breakdown at the end, so yeah. So this song speaks directly to the people who look at Morris Day as just a character that he plays. I have to admit, I've actually been guilty of this myself. He's a victim of how he's seen, and he wants to change that, or maybe not. The song is a little vague there. He's not saying that he's not gonna be that character, just that there's more to him. Again, this song is heavy on the keyboards, and the backing vocals are actually pretty nice. It's like a woman's choir in the back almost. Musically, it kind of stays in its lane though, and it doesn't really veer off or do anything interesting. It kind of just stays in its lane. So, but it's a good song.
Okay. Put you to the test. Okay. When it comes to dancing, I'm the best. Okay. Ready to debut. Okay. Spread your branches, you know what to do. Dancing like a tree. My breath never rests.
After being known for The Walk and The Bird, Morrissey thought he'd try his hand at making his own dance. This song is really funky, and it shows that Morris has some real talent with coming up with cool dance moves and just being cool in general. This song also got a video for it. If you get to see it, it's pretty fun. I think it's on YouTube, and I'll go ahead and link to it in the comments. Now, if anybody remembers the Love Bazaar live video that Prince did, that's where Prince threw some major shade on the oak tree. He goes up to Jerome and says, "Isn't there a new dance out right now?" And Jerome goes, "Yeah, it's called the oak tree." And then he does like this kind of thing, just making fun of it and mocking the dance. And then Prince says, nah, we're gonna have to cut that tree down and make a wooden leg out of it. And then Prince made a whole other dance called the wooden leg. You know, it's kind of funny because you'll find as I go through the reviews for some of the other projects that the Time have worked on, for instance, the shade that he threw with Oak Tree right here, Jesse Johnson had a whole album called Shockadelica, and isn't it funny that Prince then released an album to add confusion? And I've heard rumors that Prince didn't like Janet Jackson because she worked with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. So lots of shade being thrown by Prince, and it usually revolves around the Time. Now, Beef actually sells records, but like this is stuff that no one, it wasn't like public stuff. It was just all stuff that only if you knew the ins and outs of it, you knew that it was shade. So it's kind of interesting. We'll talk maybe more about that at another time, but the whole thing, it's like this is Morris trying to do his own thing, and then Prince just throws shade at it. It's just crazy. So this song is alive with the Minneapolis. So this song is alive with the Minneapolis funk sound. It's got the scratch guitar. It's got the vibing keyboards. It's a fun listen, though Morris's singing on it is a little mumbled. Mysteriously, I could not find any of the lyrics to this song online. I don't know why, but what I got from the song, from listening, was that Morris is seeing the signs of love blossoming with a woman. I think that it's a good song to follow Oak Tree because it keeps the dancing vibe going, and I like that. And then we get to the ballad of the album. Now, you know me when it comes to Morris and ballads. They can be kind of hit or miss. The minimalistic approach of this song that I really like on other tracks kind of doesn't work with a slow song. It makes it kind of sloggy in its pace, and I don't know if Morris's voice is strong enough to hold its own without a little bit of backing music to kind of help him out. I actually really like the lyrics, though, because you can kind of take the lyrics as either Morris Day, the character, or Morris Day, the real-life guy. If you take it as the real-life guy, then it's actually a heartfelt song of him letting someone go even though they love you and you're just not ready. But if you take it from the Morris Day character side, it's Morris just spinning game, trying to let this woman off that he's just no longer interested in and just getting her out of his face. So it's kind of funny that it can be kind of played both ways.
He's so blind to the weak. She brought the man to his knees.
Oh, sometimes we really don't know.
So blind to the weak. She brought the man to his knees.
Oh, baby, sometimes the world is so cold.
And then we get to the last track. This song brings the funk back in. With this song, then it's pretty simple. Guitar, bass, drums, and a bit of backing vocals is pretty much all that keeps this song afloat. It's a song about the difference between love and addiction and how it's really hard to tell that difference. As a finale song for the EP, I don't know if it seals the deal on the album. I probably would have swapped this song with The Character and maybe ended on the question of whether any of these songs were real or if they were from the character of Morris Day. And then this one would have been, comfortably between Oak Tree and the first track, and it wouldn't have stood out as much as the weakest track on the album. So I was a little bit disappointed with the ending of the album. So in conclusion, while it is a good EP with a couple of great tracks on there, I don't know if it really holds up to what we would expect from a Morris Day solo effort. Looking at the credits, none of the original Time members were involved, so that means that it was just Morris working on this, so it was just him. And as he has said before, he's best when he's performing with his band. And as a solo project, I think it was good to keep his name out there. I have to say I was also rather disappointed that he didn't do his laugh once on this album. So, I don't know, maybe that was part of the whole balancing and saying that it was a character before. So, without the laugh, he's not a character, but I really like the laugh. So, But I think it should be noted that this isn't Morris's only solo album, so maybe, like The Time, he'll grow into his solo sound more and more as we get further along. So what did you think of my review of Color of Success from Morris Day? Did you agree? Do you disagree? Do you like figgy pudding? Tell me in the comments. And don't forget to hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and make us a favorite while you're at it. May you live to see the dawn.